Howdy and welcome back, or welcome. Um, I was talking to my grandson the other day, and he's out of the house. He's like 18. And we were kind of talking about the longevity of things. He was showing me his Xboxes and all those gaming things that they have and all the new fancy stuff he's got. And I was looking at it and I'm like, wow, plastic with plastic. And it's like, I understand plastics, can last for a long time. But, you start thinking about cell phones, how they, need to be replaced, updated all the time, computers, software. And, I was thinking, I'm kind of I like to go to antique stores and flea markets and things like that. I like old stuff. I like old technology. I love architecture. I've got an old 1900s house with built-ins and, wood everywhere, wood floors. I just love the old stuff because it's quality, and I appreciate quality. I appreciate craftsmanship. And I was just thinking, what's going to be in antique stores in the next 30 years? Is there going to be anything? Is there even going to be antique stores? I mean, this here is is just a simple wooden toy, and it was from my grandfather. So this has been around and still operational for at least 65 years, if not longer. What kind of plastic stuff's going to last that long? These guys, I'm sure some of you will remember these guys, Johnny West and Geronimo. I was playing with these when I was, 10 years old. They're 50 years old, and they've still got the little rubber hands, for the most part. I mean, he's got a little bald spots in there, but that's, happens, But, these things are pretty much indestructible. Yeah, they're plastic, but I find it so disappointing that everything that seems to be made, maybe not everything, but a lot of stuff that seems to be made, goes bad in such a short time. Water heaters used to last 30 years. Now, if you get 10 years out of them, appliances in your house, everything's expensive, but nothing lasts anymore. And I understand, the mentality behind that. You don't want to make, if you're a manufacturer, you don't want to make something that's going to last forever, but value for money. I'm sure a lot of you older people like me will remember these. They're Auburn rubber cars. I was playing with these when I was a little kid, 6, 7, 8 years old. And these were around a lot longer than I've been around. And they still work. The wheels turn, my grandkids love them because they go, they don't understand that stuff. All their stuff is plastic and hard. And, we had Tonka toys that were all metal. We had Matchboxes and Hot Wheels, all metal for the most part. The toy guns we had, metal, no plastic, no safety caps on there. The stuff we grew up with was, had art in it, had details, had, craftsmanship in it. I collect old tools too. This, is almost 100 years old. It's a push drill. And it's used for drilling delicate holes. It's called an Archimedes drill. And, it's still in perfect condition. Of course, it's German, so, but, what's going to be around? Books are disappearing. There's no more records. CDs are gone. It's kind of disappointing. Knowledge from older guys like me. I mean, when I grew up, I hung around people that were older. people that had knowledge. I wanted to learn. Grandparents, they're great things. The stuff they know, how to fix things, how to build things, how to use tools. Most kids don't even know how to swing a hammer. They wouldn't know how to put a nail in because, you use a cordless screwdriver, which I do also. They're great. But, it's the whole idea. I've built and remodeled with hand tools, hand saws, auger bits in push drills. In bit and brace drills, just because I like torture. But, just to find out how hard it was back in the early days to build stuff. I've got planes that are 80, 90 years old that still are sharp, still are square and flat. I'm not trying to be a doom monger or anything, but everything's so disposable, and we all know this. It's just the older I get, the more I see things that I never really realized when I was younger. I probably would have saved even more junk than I have now. But it's, what's going to be around? Everything's battery operated. It seems like Christmas time, birthday times, you buy a $20 present, you got to put $40 worth of batteries in it. And they only last 6 months. And then they break because, they're plastic. And they're not good plastic. Like, these guys are solid plastic. They're not hollow. Their joints bend. They've got rubber bands inside them that are, 50 years old. Maybe they're nuclear or, radioactive paint on them or stuff like that. But, stuff that you can enjoy, my grandkids can enjoy the same toys that I grew up on. Legos are cool. Legos have been around and, they're pretty much indestructible. But it's kind of disheartening to think that the craftsmanship in homes, I was an electrician for 20 years. I go into new houses, because a friend of mine's still an electrician. I go help him. But going into a $500,000 house, and it's got 2¼ inch base trim for door casings. It's just like you're paying $500,000 for a house, and the fancy stuff in it is plastic, cheap. The houses are cracking and they're brand new. The floors are unlevel. It's just, there's no quality. My 110-year-old house was put together with nails, square nails, and it's solid as a rock. It's kind of wavy here and there. You'd expect houses by a train tracks, but it's solid. The woodwork is beautiful. I've got cove trim up at the top of the ceiling that's like a foot wide. Never saw it before. I got built-ins, with the leaded glass windows that are 100+ years old. The stuff now, kids, they buy a house and, 10 years later, they got to replace windows, with technology. They've got the insulated glass and things like that, and they leak and the wood rots. I've got windows that are original to the house, and you just scrape the paint off and put another coat of paint on and they're fine. It's just, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for the up and coming generations. They just, they don't have anything. They won't have anything for memories, like I've said before, you take all these pictures on your phone and they stay on your phone, and then you get another phone and then you take more pictures. You don't put anything out. You might have a few pictures of family, but what kind of memories are you going to have? That's why I feel so strongly about, like I said in the last video, about building bonds with grandkids, teaching your children things that, are going to be gone soon. I didn't realize this. Mike Rowe said it on one of his podcasts, about that when our generation is gone, all our knowledge is gone. there's no books. There's, there might be some videos around maybe, but the hands-on experience that is going to be lost when we're gone, it makes me feel bad for the kids growing up, that they just won't have anything tangible. Furniture's made out of particle board. You can pick up a sofa with, basically one person. They're just not built tough anymore. They're not built solid. I just think, we need to build more stuff with our hands. Wood lasts for quite a long time. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just kind of the thought of, not having thrift stores, antique stores basically, or flea markets around anymore full of really cool old stuff, is just kind of disappointing, and people don't want stuff anymore. My parents passed away, and, it's been 2 years of trying to get rid of all their stuff that they held so close to them, trinkets and statues and paintings and books and things that to them were really important. Now you can't give them away. People just aren't interested in stuff, and it's just kind of disappointing. But anyways, I don't know what, I'm just babbling again, but I don't know. Just spend time with your kids. Love on them, love your grandkids, and teach them everything you can teach them. Give them brain aches from all the knowledge you have, because that's what's going to be passed on. Teach them a trade. Teach them how to use hand tools. Teach them how to, and if you don't know, go to a class, learn something, talk to your grandparents, talk to your parents. They still know a lot of stuff. And just share them. Just keep sharing information, like like going to libraries, having books that taught you stuff. Anyways, thanks for listening. Sorry if I ramble and stuff, but I get these weird harebrained thoughts in my head, and I don't know, just wanted to share it. Thanks again for stopping by. Talk to you later. Bye.